Shut up! You're gonna give away my cover. I'm on a mission to take down small employee. Just so my cover isn't blown.
He's over there.
God damn, how did they know?
Mate, you're talking to yourself. Do you have schizophrenia?
Back in the 80s and 90s, every game was bang, boom, jumping around, killing anything that moved. But then came along something new. Metal Gear released for the MSX2 in Japan and parts of Europe. Designed by Hideo Kojima, Metal Gear was very different to other games of its time. You play as Solid Snake, who is a soldier and spy and mercenary, and god, does he also work at fucking Audi? Instead of killing everything that moved, instead you sneak around and take things slowly. How boring, I want explosions and to shoot everything in sight. After all, nobody can find the body if there's no body to find the bodies. Metal Gear is now a series with a sequel to Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake released in 1990, and of course, Metal Gear Solid released in 1998 for the PlayStation. This became its own series with its own games, and with the character of Solid Snake becoming a gaming icon, even appearing in Super Smash Bros. Metal Gear Solid paved the way for other stealth series like Thief, Splinter Cell, and my personal favourite, Hitman. But let's look back at the first game, Metal Gear. Released in 1987 in Japan and parts of Europe for a computer? Nowadays, a game being PC exclusive is pretty normal, but back then, hell no. And it's not like it was released for popular computers at the time like the Commodore 64, no, it was only released on the MSX2. The MSX2 released in 1985 by ASCII, and then produced by others like Sony and Yamaha. That's how you know someone is a true Yamaha fan, they have a Yamaha bike and an MSX2. The MSX2 and well MSX as a whole was incredibly popular in Japan. It's claimed that 9 million units were sold overall and 7 million alone were sold in Japan. Very few released in America. And Europe? Monzo etim poteret zetnitsu. Yeah, I don't think anyone in Europe at this time could afford even the thought of buying one of these. The game was incredibly popular, but with it not being released in America or even on a device Americans would own, led to a lot of missed sales, which is when the game was ported to the NES, Commodore 64, and DOS, however the latter two being heavily based on the NES version, which is the version I want to look at today. The NES version released in 1987 in Japan and 1988 in North America, and was a massive success, selling over 1 million copies in America. Damn, all that's pretty cool, if only, this version didn't fucking suck. The plot of the game is very simple. You play as Solid Snake and your goal is to destroy Metal Gear, a tank that shoots nuclear missiles anywhere, meaning whoever has it could start a nuclear war whenever they feel like it. Starting the game and oh, never mind. Seriously. Look at that, literally 2 seconds until the demo starts. This is clearly the game's way of saying stop pissing about, pick up the controller, put down the gluttony and hit the start button. Getting into the game, and who are these guys? We never see them again, unless they're the guys you find sneaking around, and if that's the case then damn they suck at stealth. Getting caught in a span of 4 microseconds. Guess they got caught faster than the title screen could go away. As soon as we land, we get a call on our transceiver from Big Boss, our handler. God, who names himself Big Boss? It's like, do you have a massive ego? Yes or yes? Right, so starting off, we're in a forest. Getting past this guy is pretty easy as he can't seem to stay awake for more than 30 seconds. He sleeps standing up as well. God, that's impressive. Oh, and here we also see one of the first problems with this game. What sort of perspective is this? You'd think it's top down, but no, it's this weird hybrid of the two. Also, I don't know if it's just me, but when I'm holding the D-pad, the game just doesn't respond sometimes. As I said earlier, getting past this guy is easy because he's always sleepy. I know that because he always feels the need to shout it out loud every time. These dogs here suck. The only way to get past them is to run through them. Sneaking past them just isn't an option. You'd think maybe you could sneak through these cars, but no, you can't do that. You'd think maybe they just moved the car a little bit over a bit, just so it shows you can't get through, but come on, that would make too much sense. We can go in the truck to find items. These can either be helpful where we find things like rations, or it can just be an ambush. They also move sometimes, and I swear to God, they always move at the worst time. Let's look in this one. Oh, there's binoculars. Wait a minute, hold on, how big is this truck? On the outside, it looked no bigger than Snake. On the inside, it's the size of a 3-story mansion. Ah, yes, weapons. I have so many options. Maybe I can smoke the cigarettes. Gonna need one after playing this game, that's for sure. Oh, whatever. Wait, what the fuck? They spawned back? Yeah, whenever you leave the screen and come back on, everything spawns back exactly where they were before. Now, you can actually cheat the game by abusing this, but enemies can too. Take this bit with the gas mask, for example. I kill the guard outside, get the gas mask, and leave the room, but the guard spawned back, killing me before I could even react. Right, what do I do here? Both the guards are moving in synchronization like they've been practicing this like a dance class. Ah, you know what? Fuck it. How did I even do that? Well, at least I'm finally at the base. Wait, what was that? You know, I've played this game sporadically throughout the years, and I constantly keep asking myself, can I even get to the base? What really sucks is every time I die, I'm back at the beginning of the game, and you have to answer the damn transceiver every time. The call sign will randomly appear, yet when you bring up the transceiver, nothing. And other times, why yes, I'd love to answer the call, but I forgot the code. What's even happening here? They're stuck. Finally, after what feels like forever, I'm finally at the base. One problem, no health. One shot is all it takes and I'm back at the beginning. The game doesn't really give you a good idea on what to do, you just have to kinda figure it out. I found a keycard, what doors does it work on? No idea, guess I just have to try all of them and hope and pray there isn't a guy behind every door waiting to turn me into a rug. My god, there's 4 of them! As I said earlier, the game doesn't really tell you what to do and that can lead to utter bollocks. Oh, what the fuck was that bullshit? Oh, that room's filled with poison. Would have loved to known that without losing all my progress. Oh, yeah, thanks. Bit late. Speaking of the poison room, you have to put on a gas mask as soon as you enter and take it off to use a keycard, because for some reason you can't use a gas mask and a keycard, because you definitely don't have one on your hand and one on your face. No, that's a 2-hand job.
Whoa. You want me to wear this and hold this? What do you want me to do? Break my fucking back?
You know, some of the items you find make literally no sense. A grenade launcher? Landmines? Missiles? I thought the point of this game was stealth. At least that's what you think. Stealth in this game is basically impossible, and no, it's not due to lack of patience. Being caught comes down to how the game feels in that moment. Better treat it like royalty, feed it, take it to swim practice, and still, like a teenager or an unhappily married couple, they'll still find a way to complain. Well, guess what, you didn't blow into my cartridge slot well enough, so now you're going to be seeing my enemy who's looking in the complete opposite direction. Tapping the D-pad to make yourself go slowly doesn't change a damn thing, so just book it, that way you move too fast for the enemies to see you. Let's take a look at these dogs again. You think if you tap the D-pad, you could sneak past them, but no, that's how you die, and like I said earlier, don't even bother trying to kill them, because they'll just respawn when you leave the screen. Which if you go left here, you're gonna have to go back and go through them again. Why? Because it's a dead end. Now how would you know that beforehand? Simple, you won't. Just find out. Not that hard. The whole enemy respawning is actually really annoying, because like I said before, the game is like a maze, so you're constantly going back and forth, taking damage from enemies you've killed hundreds of times. However, like I said before, you can cheat this. The respawning thing also applies to supplies, so if you find rations, you can just keep leaving the screen and picking them up over and over again until you've maxed out how many you can hold, which at this point in the game is 3. You know what sucks? This was definitely not put in the game on purpose. This was clearly an oversight in the code. You're telling me the only way I can progress in your game is by taking advantage of an oversight in the code? That should tell you everything you need to know about this game. Yeah, so basically, as you progress through the game, you go up the ranks, meaning you can hold more items, more rations, more bullets, the whole ordeal. You go up the ranks by finding checkpoints. Yes, checkpoints, they actually exist in this game, as before? Oh, piss off. Your nan's a slag. You have the IQ of porridge. Why is this forest bit even in the game? It's not in the original, it was made for the NES port. Well, the story goes, the port was rushed and apparently was made in 3 months, and due to console limitations, they had split up the bigger buildings into much smaller buildings and put these forest areas to bridge everything together. I also personally believe it was due to the fact a lot of action films at this time had scenes in forests. But none of that matters, because this section still sucks. You know, it's funny how guards will just appear out of nowhere. Look at this, I don't believe for a second a group of guards could have just appeared in that amount of time. They'd have to run through whatever this is to get to me. The designers of this building and its security need to be fired. Why on earth do you need to get through this door? I need keycard 1. But to get into the room this door's even in the first place, you need a keycard 2. Oh, but whoever installed these cameras needs a raise. How did it even see me there? I wasn't even in its line of sight. See, the cameras can only see straight ahead. You actually go past them by going right underneath them. But not this one, it doesn't matter. You could probably spray paint the lens black and it would still see you somehow. What's this, a death field? Ah, fuck it. Oh yes, of course. Why wouldn't the roof be covered in bombs? What was I dare thinking? God, how many doors are there to the same building? Every screen looks the same. In fact, I think it's just looping. 3 months of development, are we sure it wasn't 3 weeks? Of course he came out then, why wouldn't he? This game really does kick your ass. It feels like anytime I make a little bit of progress, I get killed and get kicked back and lose at least 20 minutes of progress. And I swear to God, I'm gonna be horrified of Forrest by the end of this. Finally, I found a gun. It's just the biggest gun ever. I mean, look at the size of this thing. Does it shoot chairs? Oh, lovely. No ammo to go along with it. Guess this whole truck was needed for the gun alone. At least I can use the leave room and come back cheat for infinite ammo. Also, why does Snake hold the gun with both hands? It's a handgun. It's meant to be shot with one hand. Hold on, shouldn't have Snake come with a gun? He's going to the base where they have tanks and you're telling me they didn't at least give him a highly concealable weapon like a PPK or even a Makarov? I seriously can't get over the fact he's holding the handgun like an assault rifle. Who does he think he is, Roger Moore? God, these trucks moving are really starting to piss me up. Uh-oh, the truck have started to move? What the hell? Yeah, I couldn't put this off any longer. The game is filled with grammatical errors, of course there's that, but you also can't forget, I feel asleep. Well, I feel like putting in a different game. God, did nobody proofread this? Well, I can't even read that. I'm guessing that's to hide the terrible grammar. Also, guess how you skip the text? A? B? Of course not. That would only make sense. It's the D-pad. So say you're holding the movement keys when picking up an item, you're just gonna skip the text box and not even know what it is. Wait, is that? Oh my god, that's the best piece of stealth gear known to man. What do you think it is? An invisibility potion? Pff, no, better. A key to every door you know? No. Your dad's phone number? God, no, he doesn't love you enough. Guess what it is? You never suspect it. Cardboard. A goddamn piece of cardboard? You find these guys in the base, you can save them or not, I don't think it changes anything, but they can give you advice. Get caught. Oh yeah, well, I'd love to do that, but they kinda, you know, fucking shoot me on sight. Oh, not this guy though, I guess he's got standards. Right, so I'm locked up. Now, what, where's the door? Oh, how could I not guess? Secret door. Oh wait, all my stuff's gone. Even my cigarettes? Those sons of bitches. We actually come across a mini-boss here. How do I know he's a boss? Because he doesn't respawn whenever you leave the screen. He is one tanky guy, and what's worse is when you die, his health gets refilled, but your ammo doesn't. I mean, at least we don't have to go back to the forest, but jeez. I think you get the point now. This game is not good at all, and all I have to show you is the final boss, so I'm just gonna use a password. Now, before you get mad at me using a password, it's so long that it might have actually been faster just to play through the game normally, because my god, look at the size of these. Funny enough, the password fuck me, the game censored it in Europe. Now what does the passcode do? It lets you enter the last part of the game, with no weapons or equipment. Fuck me! We come face to face with the final boss. Big Boss. Yeah, after all this time, the man who gave you orders was the final boss the whole time. This is like if the final boss of a James Bond game was M. And this guy is a beast. He survived 9 rockets, and like the mini-boss, when you die, you don't get a refill on ammo. What's worse is every time you die, you have to sit through his text box before starting the boss. And to add insult to injury, you have a time limit. For some reason though, the cigarettes of all things extend the time. Finally, after what feels like forever, you kill Big Boss and you have to go to the elevator. Come on. God, this is the longest elevator ride. That's a load of bollocks. So I did it again and oh, How did I not know? The classic fake elevator trick. There. That's the game. And yeah, I cheated. Do I care? No. We can see the credits and everyone who worked on this game with the lack of Hideo Kojima. Yes, Hideo Kojima had nothing to do with the NES version of Metal Gear. When he finally found a copy and played it, he said it was poorly designed, and he ended up giving up because the gameplay was so different it made the game too difficult. There. Not even the creator of Metal Gear could beat this sorry excuse of a game. You might have noticed I didn't mention the Metal Gear. You know what this game is named after? That's because it's not in the game. Due to hardware limitations, the tank was removed and replaced with a computer monitor. The NES version also had an exclusive sequel, Snake's Revenge. I've got no idea what that's like, but I'm sure we'll probably take a look at it. Metal Gear NES is an embarrassment to everything Metal Gear stands for. It's horribly designed, it's blatantly unfair, and it's just not good. But I think I can probably be stealthy now, so I'll see you later.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
Maniac, we need you to take down small employee.
Yeah, well, you know what they say? That's life.